Hola, te doy la bienvenida a Lima. Welcome to Lima. I arrived today after spending almost a week visiting my dad in Tarapoto in the jungle side of the country, and it is Friday. I'm just gonna be here until Wednesday. My friend Alba's wedding celebration is tomorrow, and I wanted to arrive, and as soon as I got here I wanted to go to the art supply shop and get the watercolor paper that I didn't bring with me. But there are a lot of Christian holidays that are really respected in Lima. So it's Viernes Santo. The art supply shop doesn't open today. Tomorrow's the wedding. It doesn't open Sunday. And then I might go on Monday, but then I leave on Wednesday. So I'll just have 2 days to paint, which doesn't sound like the best. So maybe I just won't be painting at all. But while I'm here, I want to see some friends. I want to go to some places that I didn't get to go when I was here in December, and I'm just gonna go about my routine, working out, doing my meditation and my practices, drinking plants, and either creating, painting, drawing, or getting inspired to create once I'm back home. So I hope you enjoyed today's vlog. These last 6 months, I've added Pilates to my regular movement practice. I am slowly gaining strength and trust in my body, and I feel so proud of the slow advances I make despite my scoliosis. There are a lot of exercise I couldn't even dream of doing, which nowadays feel quite supportive for my lower back. I love how much the relationship to my body shifts, how scoliosis has invited me to listen to it on a much deeper level, and how I am meeting myself with grace wherever my body is each day. Getting out of bed early doesn't come naturally to me, but after moving my body, I feel so empowered and strong, and it is also another attempt to learn how to love myself with daily practice. Coming to Lima is always a scramble of feelings for me. It is the land that grounds me and nourishes me deeply. And it also has me on my nerves as I am trying to do a lot in very little time. During this visit, I attempted to be present, go slower, and be in loving awareness with my family and friends. I also asked myself a lot of existential questions and then chose to just enjoy the ride. Before continuing with today's video, I just want to take a moment to say thank you so much to today's video sponsor, Squarespace. Squarespace has been the virtual home of my website, art portfolio, online shop, email campaigns, member areas, and so much more since 2018, and I cannot recommend them enough. You can get started with a professionally designed Squarespace website template with options for every use and category. Then customize your look, update content, and add features to fit your specific needs. You can transform any templates into your own and stand out online on every sort of device. Squarespace and I are partnering up to offer you a 2-week free trial, and once you're ready to launch, you can use the code Caro Arevalo to get 10% of your first purchase of a website or domain with them. Okay, so I've wanted to film this for a couple of years now, and I love Peruvian fruits and Peruvian foods, and today I just wanted to share a few of my favorites. This is a purple drink. It's called chicha morada. A lot of people associate chicha with what we call masato in Peru, which is pretty much a chewed fermented yuca alcoholic beverage that a lot of people do, usually in the jungles and indigenous communities around the jungle, but this is a very different chicha. This is purple corn chicha, and in case you're not familiar with purple corn, this here is Peruvian purple corn. This is a corn that's a very deep purple, and the way that we use it in order to make chicha morada is you pretty much boil the corn. And you know, just as with everything, every family or every person has their own version, a recipe of how to make chicha morada. The most common recipe includes adding cinnamon, clove, golden pineapple. We have a very special type of Peruvian lime, and from there some people add sugar or orange or anise or, you know, other stuff. But usually you would have chicha like this. This just came out of the fridge, so it's usually a very refreshing drink that we have. My mama's chicha is my favorite chicha ever. And in this trip she actually showed me how to make it because I have some purple corn back home in Woodstock. So purple corn chicha morada. Maybe some of you might be asking, can I actually just boil this and eat it like regular corn? I don't know, because I've never tried it. I only have ever had it for desserts or chicha, but never actually like boil it and eat the corn. So if you have, let me know, keep me posted. Okay, I have to say that filming these low-key has me living my dreams of having like a educational plant slash mushroom slash fruit show. I've always envisioned it like a kids show. Actually, at home, Ivo and I sing and make up a lot of songs about the food that we're cooking or whatever we're doing, or the cats. You know, if you are familiar with New Girl, pretty much like Jessica Day inventing songs all around. That's something that Ivo and I do a lot, and that's something that I've been doing all my life. So I'm like, we should just create jingles and songs about granadilla or fruits or plants and make it educational. But anyways, this is granadilla. In English, it's usually called sweet granadilla. This is one of my favorite fruits. This one grows mainly in the Andes and the high altitude jungle of Peru. A lot of our granadillas in the country come from Oxapampa. It grows in a shrub, and it is an evergreen tree. And these fruits, when they are born, when they come out of the plant, they are green and they slowly turn yellow until they are orange. Once they're orange and they get their tiny white dots, you know that they are ripe. And in the outside, they are very sturdy. You usually will just open it up. And inside it, it looks like a velociraptor egg. You open it up and this is sturdy and shiny, and in the inside it has this like cloud looking protection thing, and inside you have a mucus pulp that has a lot of seeds. You can eat granadilla seeds, so pretty much what you eat is the pulp that's inside, and it looks like mucus. It doesn't taste like mucus, it tastes delicious. Each one of these fruits has around 200 seeds, and you eat it. A lot of people like myself love to eat it. You can eat it directly from the fruit. You can also use a spoon. A lot of people really like to blend it with water, and then you drink granadilla juice, which is delicious. Granadilla is a passiflora, so if you're familiar with passion flower, you know, it has this like alien look to it. Granadilla's flower is the same, and I love it, and I've painted it a couple of times, and it's one of my favorite Peruvian fruits. Up next, let's go to aguaimanto. These are usually called golden berry in English, and I just wanted to show you this because I know that a lot of people are familiar with golden berry, as it is quite easy to grow golden berry around the world. But the golden berries that I've been able to find in the United States and other places are way smaller than our big, delicious Peruvian aguaimantos. All right, so let me show you how this one works. So you might be familiar with the shape of golden berry or aguaimanto because it is quite similar to tomatillo. They're actually in the same family. So all of these are just like the protective leaves that it comes with. And this is the berry that you eat. The flavor is very tangy and citrusy. I think it's tart, tangy, a little bit citrusy. Overall, also sweet and delicious. And isn't it the cutest thing ever? What you hear in the background is my mom talking on the phone. So anyways, it is a very beautiful, delicious berry, and honestly, I could eat these all day long. I bought them because I have some friends coming over today, and I'm leaving very soon, and I want to eat as much Peruvian fruits as I can. And aguaimanto, as I was saying, grows in different parts of the world, native to Peru, native to Chile, and usually the part in Peru where you will find aguaimanto thriving and growing is in the Andes of our country. And saving the best for the last, this is chirimoya. As you can see, the shape of this fruit is heart-shaped, and I believe chirimoya is in the shape of a heart because this is how love tastes. Chirimoya is my favorite fruit in the world, and I've said this and I will always say it. If I could get married to a fruit, I would get married to chirimoya and declare my love for chirimoya in front of all the people that know me and know chirimoya. Anyways, this is my favorite fruit ever. It's one of those fruits that's very fragile, so whenever it's ripe, you need to be very careful because it bruises easy. It goes from being delicious and perfect to a couple days later being a little bit too ripe. And it's very easy. Like, I love carrying stuff in my tote bag. If you have a chirimoya in your tote bag and then you toss your phone, then it will break. Once you open it, it looks, let me show you. Okay, so chirimoya closed, heart-shaped, the taste of love. Once you open chirimoya, once you open chirimoya, it looks like this, and then you'd usually cut it in smaller pieces until you can eat it. It is as if mango and milk had a baby, and it had a little bit of tanginess to it. You have to try it if you haven't. If you are a fan of chirimoya, let me know. Let's start a club. This fruit grows in the coast of the country. It's native to Peru, but it's native to a lot of countries in South and Central America, especially the ones that are coastal countries or coastal sides of the countries. And it grows in a tree. It's in the Annona genus, and it is family with guanabana and soursop. And no, chirimoya is not a soursop. They're just related to one another, but they are not the exact same fruit. So just wanted to put that out there. So thank you for coming for the to the little corner of Peruvian fruits haul. There are a ton more other Peruvian fruits, veggies, ajís, peppers, potatoes. Don't even get me started in the potatoes, but that's going to have to be in a whole other video. Let me know if the next time that I come to Peru, you would like me to make a whole video talking about more fruits and peppers and potatoes and all the good food that we have here. So thank you for coming to the little segment of Peruvian fruit nerdiness and education. Coming back home means catching up with friends and feeling like we saw each other a week ago, even though we are ever growing and changing. It is accepting and embracing the fact that the city changes, and that is okay, because even from afar, I'm also changing, and we can meet each other over and over and over again. There's always a new place I get to see, new art I get inspired by, new projects that make me feel proud of being from this country, where the creativity is everywhere. El peruano es recursero, chambero y chacotero. Y lo más importante, los peruanos tenemos un corazón de oro. All right, so I spent a little bit of time today in my mom's deposit and I found false vinyl antidotes. This was a gift from Evo the year that I moved to New York. And I didn't have a record player, but my friend and roommate Anna did. And I brought it back home because I didn't have a vinyl record. But now I do, so I'm excited to take these back home. And these are some of the records from my dad that now that I was visiting him in the jungle, he's actually like, please tell your mom I want those back. So we have Beatles. We have Lo Mejor de Julio Iglesias, the best of Julio Iglesias. We have José José, Super Éxitos. There's just so much. Crystal, who I have no idea who this is, but I'm excited to, I want to hear them all, but I should actually just send these back to my dad. Donna Summer, Fernando Viego. There's actually a lot of them, so I might not show you all. Pero Leonardo Fabio, I know. Ooh, Agape, this one I might take with me. Agape. Mirla Castellanos. Oh, these are so dusty. Mirla Castellanos. Worldview. Elvis, Elvis, Elvis. I wonder if any of these are like, you know, how some records just become so exquisite and treasures and they're like $1,000 or more. Rafael, Eternamente Tuyo. Agape. Muchas arañitas por acá. Agape. Tiempo de Amar, Elvis. Okay, I see a pattern here. Elvis. Uy, Lo Mejor de Piero. Lo Mejor de Piero. Ay, no, un bichito raro. Okay, pero I hope my dad doesn't see this video because he's gonna be like, these are mine. I need them back. Thank you so much for joining me and sharing this journey with me. I hope you're doing well and finding pockets of happiness in your day-to-day life. Thank you, Squarespace, for sponsoring today's video. I will see you in 2 weeks with a new one. Bye!